Hooray for heartache, misery and woe. Noah and Paloma are no more.
What are you doing? What have you done to hurt Noah and Paloma now?
How could you?
Paloma?
Aunt Sheridan?
Fancy, you slut.
What are we doing here?
Each other. That's what. Sheridan and I call you in the act.
And you were so upset to find me and Luis together. Well, you little hypocrite, sprinting back to your ex's bed. Luis is so much better off without you.
Your grandfather is completely insane. He's gonna hold us hostage till I make love to you and get you pregnant?
Way to go, grandfather. I know. God, it's so sick and twisted. I can't believe it either.
Believe it, you two.
Alistair! Hey, why don't you get your head down here so I can crush it like a cantaloupe?
Why don't you stop threatening me and start doing the nasty with Pretty, or you're both going to die in that room.
Dr. Walker, please, don't keep us in suspense, because no one else you tested was compatible to donate part of their liver to our son.
Doctor, is Jane a donor match for Jonathan?
Yes. Jane is a match.
Oh, my God, thank God we can save our little boy.
Well, now Gwen doesn't have to tell Ethan that he's little Ethan's father, and her and her mother can continue to use my secret to keep you and Ethan apart.
Pain, pain, pain. That's what I've given Noah and Paloma, with a little help from an unsuspecting fancy.
You evil witch.
Well, that's not news.
You are destroying my brother's life. Paloma is never going to forgive him after finding him in bed with Fancy.
Exactamente. Hey, you know I have to spread evil to ransom Endora and Miguel from the dark side. And finding one's fiancé in bed with one's ex is about as horrible as it gets. Unless there's some sort of gay spin to it, and we have Norma and Edna for that.
I hate you for hurting my brother.
As much as you hate being without Miguel.
Paloma, I have no idea what happened, I swear.
Wow. You really are Kay and Jessica's big brother.
What? Oh, my God. Paloma, listen to me. I was at the book cafe. I was about to go get a new job. I was walking out the door, and the next thing I knew, I was here.
So you're a man whore now? Wait, are you saying I paid Noah to have sex with me? Because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would never take money from Fancy to make love to her.
So it was an accident. Noah just stumbled in here naked and he just fell on top of you. No, just give me a sec. I'm trying to remember.
Does this ring a bell? Ding, ding.
Accident. Damn you, Fancy. I thought we were friends. But you're nothing but a cheap slut.
Yeah.
Grandfather, you can't be serious. Okay, Luis and I aren't farm animals. You can't lock us in a pen and expect us to mate.
It's not gonna happen, Alistair.
you know, Pretty, I thought you'd be happy that a man is going to make love to you, especially a stud like Luis.
You're a sick bastard, you know that?
Oh, gosh, I've never heard that one before, Luis. Hey, why don't you two get busy, or you're both going to rot in that basement, never to be seen by your relatives again.
Doctor, thank you so much for your help.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I'll let your parents and Gwen's mother know we found a donor match in Jane so they don't worry.
I'd appreciate that.
Sure.
Well, now that we know Jane is a compatible donor for Jonathan, we don't need to tell Ethan about little Ethan.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Okay, what is that supposed to mean?
Yes, what are you thinking?
I mean, I want what's best for Jonathan. But just because Jane is a compatible donor with Jonathan doesn't mean she will actually be Jonathan's donor.
What are you getting at?
Well, there are risks involved if Jane were to donate part of her liver. So I have to wonder if those risks are too great for her to actually be Jonathan's donor.
Teresa, what are you saying?
Wait.
Are you refusing to allow Jane be Jonathan's donor?
Jane has to be the donor. There is no one else.
Really? I wonder.
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
I knew you were mean and hateful, but to let my son die?
You always assume the worst about me, Gwen.
With good reason.
Hold on a second. What do you mean that there could be another donor for Jonathan besides Jane?
Well, I just think that there has to be someone somewhere on a donor list who would be a match with Jonathan.
We checked. There isn't.
That you know of.
Well, yes.
Excuse me, am I missing something here?
Well, it's just that everyone assumes that just because Jane is a compatible donor with Jonathan, that I'm just going to allow her to be, chopped open and have part of her liver cut out to give to your son with Gwen. I mean, that to me sounds extremely risky. And Dr. Jonas also said that because of her young age, it would make it even more risky. And I want Jonathan to be all right. But Jane is my little girl, and I need to protect her.
So you are willing to let Jonathan die just to keep Jane safe?
I want what's best for all of Ethan's children, Gwen.
You can't make me get her pregnant.
Oh, come on, Luis. Why don't you just stop? Just give it up, huh? Just do it. Come on, what is one more bastard kid in the Lopez Fitzgerald family?
Alistair? Alistair!
You always surprise me, Grandfather. You keep talking about that you want to marry me and that you want to spend the rest of your life with me.
No, it's true.
Liar.
Noah's in good company. Because everything Fancy said about loving Luis was just a big, fat lie. Because if you really loved him, you would have walked away at the first sign of trouble.
I caught Luis cheating on me with you.
Yeah, I guess turnabout's fair play then, huh?
No! I thought we were friends and co-workers, but you're nothing but a witch. An evil witch.
Hey, what's the name calling?
Broom Fitz.
No, not this.
Yes, this again. You are ruining my brother and Paloma's life. You have got to undo this.
No freaking way.
Yes, freaking way. Pick on someone else. Just leave my brother and his fiancée alone.
It's too late. They're torn asunder.
Fine. If you won't fix this, then I will.
You don't, Missy?
What on earth? Not even close!
Dr. Walker, can you, please tell us again the risks that Jane would face if she were to be Jonathan's donor?
Yes, well, all right, for starters, Oh, excuse me. I'm doing a consult. I shouldn't be long, I'm sorry.
I'm going to go track him down and get some information, okay?
Thank you.
I can't believe you. You are not going to let Jane help Jonathan unless I tell Ethan he's little Ethan's father.
Teresa never said that.
She didn't need to. I know what kind of monster she is. Using a sick baby to try and hold on to her man.
I know you're upset, Gwen, and it is making you nastier than usual, so I am just going to let that one slide.
If this is where you expect me to apologize, you can forget it.
Gwen, stop.
I am worried about Jonathan and Jane, both.
Yeah, right. Your concern is just a plot to try and hold on to Ethan.
Who the hell do you think you are? You and your mother have been threatening to kill my entire family just so you can hold on to Ethan.
Sorry to interrupt you, ladies, but there's a phone call for Pilar Lopez Fitzgerald?
Oh, that's me. Could you tell him I can't come to the phone right now, and if you don't mind, please take a message for me.
I could, but the caller said it's important you speak with her.
Her? Who is it?
It's your sister, Maria. She's calling from Mexico.
Just tell her that I'll call her back in a few minutes, please.
Of course.
Did you and your mother expose me, Gwen? Did you?
What are you doing?
Trying to get Alistair back on the line. Not gonna let him treat us like a couple of damn lab rats.
I'm pretty sure that Grandfather controls that from his end.
You're probably right. I'll get us out of here instead. Sharon's expecting me to bring home Marty. He's alive.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. He didn't die with Alistair and Rome.
You know what? I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna be sick. Hello? Who's there?
Surprise.
Grandfather.
What? No hug when things are going so well? Hmm?
Grandfather, Louise just told me that Marty's alive.
Let's keep focused, shall we?
Okay, tell me what to do next.
Well, I want you to make love to Louise and get pregnant.
You really want me to sleep with Louise?
Yes, I do. How else are you ever going to get even with your sister Fancy?
What the hell's going on?
It's like a power surge or something.
Oh, maybe one of the circuit breakers is broken.
Stop messing with Noah and Paloma. I told you my family is off limits.
I told you to stop messing with my evil.
I think it stopped.
When I lived here with Chris and James, the wiring always needed repair. It was probably just a short of some kind.
Too bad certain people didn't accept.
Okay, Fancy and I were trying to explain what happened.
I've seen and heard enough. Let's go.
No, Paloma, wait, stop. Don't go. I love you.
Answer me, Gwen. Did you or Rebecca expose my whereabouts to my worst enemy?
My mother swore she called that woman and told her not to come kill Pilar and her family. Pilar, I promise you, I did not out you to anyone in Mexico. But I should have if I'd known that Teresa would use Jane donating part of her liver to force me to tell Ethan the truth.
That's not what I'm doing. Liar. I want my daughter to be well if she helps your son get well.
Teresa, please, both of you, just stop. Enough. Ethan can hear you. I'm gonna go call Maria and see what's going on. It doesn't sound good. And by the way, Gwen, Teresa has every right to be concerned about Jane. But she would never put Jonathan in jeopardy.
I don't believe that.
You know, the only reason I wouldn't let Jane donate part of her liver is if it puts her in unreasonable danger.
If you let Jonathan die, Teresa...
Don't. You know what you have to do, Gwen. Tell Ethan the truth.
Truth about what, Gwen? What truth don't I know, Gwen?
Ethan, she's upset because she feels like I'm pushing her to let Jane be Jonathan's donor no matter what.
Are you?
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Well, no one likes to feel pressured, especially when it comes to looking out for the child, Gwen.
Ethan's right.
I know. I know that, okay? I'm just extremely worried about Jonathan. He's getting weaker and weaker.
I know, and you want to help him, don't you?
Of course I do.
And you want what's best for our son, just like Teresa wants what's best for our daughter. You're just two women that are driven to help their children, okay? It's normal and it's natural. But listen, I did talk to Dr. Walker about Jane being Jonathan's donor, and I wanted to see if he shared the same concerns that Dr. Jonas did.
Well, what did he say?
Is she safe if she donates part of her liver?
All right, Witch. You win.
I'd like that in writing, if you don't mind.
If you're not going to let me use my magic to help Noah, then I'm going to have to do something else.
Have you ever heard the old saying, if at first you don't succeed, give up?
No.
Well, it worked for the Portuguese space program.
What? Look, I'm going over to the B&B, and I'm going to tell Noah and all those people that you and I are witches.
What?
You heard me. I'm going to tell your latest victims that all their problems are being caused by your magic.
You will do no such thing, Kay. I forbid you.
You say you love me.
More than anything.
Then why did Sheridan and I find you here with Fancy having sex?
Besides the fact that my niece is a wanton tramp? Shut up.
Answer me, Noah. Why were you in here with Fancy when you say you love me?
A gas leak.
What?
No, I'm serious. A gas leak. When we were over at Tabitha's preparing for Thanksgiving dinner, there was a gas leak, and Paloma and I, we saw all these crazy things, remember? Even Fancy saw them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So if the wiring is bad here, why can't the gas pipes be bad, too?
Why? Because you and Fancy were in bed when Sheridan and I got here. There's no time for a gas leak to be playing tricks on us.
Good point.
Oh, who asked you?
You know what? Did you ever really love Luis? Or were you just using him to punish Noah?
Excuse me?
It's a simple question. Were you just using Luis to get Noah back?
What am I wasting my time for? It's not like I could reason with Alistair even if I get him back online. Pretty! You okay in there?
Yes, I'll be out in 1 minute.
All right. There's gotta be some way to get out of this pit.
You really want me to sleep with Luis and get pregnant?
Wally, just think of it. Just think of your bastard child as proof that you finally got some action, huh?
Grandfather.
You can't disappoint me now, not after everything I've done for you, right?
I could just find something to use as a crowbar.
You know, I don't understand you right now. You said you love me, right?
I do.
And you said you wanted to help me, right?
I do.
No, but here you stand. You're very frigid. Luis hasn't even had a chance to defrost you.
It just seems so extreme.
What do you mean it's so extreme? How do you think the Cranes got to where they are? Do you think we were timid? Do you think we were cautious? Do you think we worried about somebody's moral concept? No, we didn't. I'm disgusted with you. And I'm not talking about your scum.
Okay, I'm sorry, Grandfather. I'll do whatever you want me to do.
All right. Good girl. Now you go out there and make me proud.
I will.
I just ruined another shirt and a tie. All right, sweetheart. You go out there and give it up for Luis. You're not going anywhere, Luis, except to bed with Pretty.
María, soy yo, Pilar mía. Gracias a Dios, Pilar. Is something wrong? I can hear it in your voice. Yes. Someone was here from your past asking questions. About me?
Sí, hermana. I think you, your children, and your grandchildren are in terrible, terrible danger.
Dr. Walker echoed what Dr. Jonas said. That young children are usually very high-risk organ donors.
Oh.
Damn.
And there's always common risks associated with any kind of surgery.
I see.
She's gonna use this to deny Jonathan part of Jane's liver, so I have to tell Ethan that little Ethan is his son.
But Dr. Walker also said that Jane's the exception to the rule. Aside from the common risks of surgery, which are minimal, he said that Jane will most likely come out of it just fine and not have any health problems in the future.
Oh, thank God.
So, it is up to you. Will you consent to have Jane be Jonathan's donor?
No, you don't, Kate. There is no way in heaven that I will allow you to go running off to that B&B, announcing to everyone that we are witches, just so Paloma doesn't dump Noah.
Well, I don't have a choice. You're blocking my magic, so the only way I can help my brother is by telling Paloma the truth. What's so funny?
Oh, you, Kay, you. Oh, naive, short-sighted you. I don't think I've laughed this hard since I convinced Joseph to trust Adolf.
Okay, so what's your point?
Oh, yes, right. Go on. You go on. Go to the B&B and tell Noah and everyone there that we are witches. I'm sure it will salvage your brother's future. And I'm sure that Paloma will believe absolutely that magic caused Noah and Fancy to sweat out the sheets together.
Noah, this is your last chance to explain to me, why were you in bed with Fancy?
Look, I can't explain that any more than we can explain what happened in Tabitha's attic.
I don't have feelings for Noah, not anymore. So this was just sex? My. You really are a slut. If Luis had only known, he never would have wasted his time on you in the first place.
All right, if you want to get into name-calling, fine. Where should I start? With obsessed stalker or attempted murderer?
Oh, come on.
Both of you, just be quiet. Noah?
Yeah. Look, I know you're waiting for me to say something that I'll explain what you walked in on, but look, the truth is I can't. I don't know what happened. I don't even know how Fancy and I got here.
That makes two of us.
How can you do this to me? How can you do this to us?
Maria, this someone that was asking about me, was it Juanita Vasquez?
No, not in person, but yes.
My encounter was with one of her people.
Pilar, I also heard Juanita has sent out everyone in her employ to search for information on your whereabouts.
I'm surprised that they didn't try to force you to give them information about me.
I was too. I think if I lived alone, it would have been a different story.
Thank you, hermana. Thank you for protecting me.
Oh. You're my sister, Pilar. You would do the same for me.
I would. I just hope that Juanita's people don't hurt you or any of our friends in order to find out where I am. Otherwise, all the precautions I took all those years ago will be for nothing. And I, along with my family, will die.
Of course, I'll let Jane be Jonathan's donor.
Teresa, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, welcome.
Oh. You are the most amazing, understanding woman in the world.
If being poisoned didn't kill me, watching Ethan with Teresa just might. Enjoy him while you can, Teresa. Because sooner or later, I will win him back.
Oh, yes, dear. Rush on over to the B&B, crying out that witchcraft is what got Noah and Fancy into bed together. And that Tabby's an old witch, and you have supernatural powers. I'm sure that bit of news will mend Paloma's heart immediately.
It might.
Oh, and don't worry. I'm sure Paloma didn't realize that you, Noah's sister, rushed in with that cockamamie story to help get him out of hot water.
I hate it when you're right. If I go over there, it's just going to make things worse.
Finally, we agree on something. I just hope I have done enough and hurt enough innocent mortals so that the dark side will send Endora and Miguel back to us. But just to be on the safe side, I think we'd better have Noah and Fancy doing it in front of Paloma.
No.
I think yes.
Damn it. Luis tries hard enough, he could escape and ruin my plan for him to impregnate Scarface. We can't let that happen. This should stop him. How's that?
There goes Jane.
God, I want to just, All right.
She knows we love her. She's going to make Jonathan well, and not too many kids get a chance to do that for their sibling, you know. Here's the doctor. Doctor, what happens next?
Well, okay, Jane will be taken to an area adjacent to the operating room where she'll be prepped for surgery.
Okay, and Jonathan?
He'll be brought in as well. So, now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go prep too.
Okay.
Both of my children going under the knife at the same time. This better work.
Well, Dr. Walker thinks it will. So.
Guess we just have to trust him, huh? And pray that God's going to take care of our children.
I'm praying for that.
I'm doing the right thing, letting Jane be Jonathan's donor, because if anything happens to her.
Sweetheart, your mommy and daddy love you so much.
We'll be waiting for you.
Oh, God, Ethan, he's so sick. When this is all over and Jonathan is all better, I want you to sue Eve for malpractice.
One thing at a time, all right? Let's just focus on Jonathan right now.
You know what, Jonathan wouldn't even need this transplant if I had been a better mother, and I would have listened to everyone who told me he was sick, because then maybe we would have brought him here earlier, and maybe Eve wouldn't be on duty, and maybe he wouldn't have received the overdose.
We can't change things right now, can we? We can only deal with what's going on right now. Now, hopefully Jonathan's going to come out of this fine. He'll lead a healthy life.
Along with Jane.
Let's hope so, because the alternative is just too hard.
Now back off from the bulkhead.
No. I have to fix things between Noah and Paloma.
What? And sabotage Endora and Miguel's return? Not on my watch, dear. You are evil, and you are as short-sighted as you're stubborn. Now get out of the way!
No! Ow.
You'll thank me for this when Endora and Miguel come back to us, dear.
Why do Noah and Paloma have to suffer for that to happen?
Get over it, dear. What's done is done.
Paloma, I know this looks bad, but think about it. Why would I hook up with Fancy when I can't wait to marry you?
Maybe because you're a pig and she's a slut. She got you pegged.
Oh, shut up. Fancy, you can have Noah. I don't want him anymore.
Come on, you don't mean that.
Yes, I do. You two deserve each other.
Okay, wait. Paloma, please don't hate me. I am just as confused as Noah. I thought we were friends.
We are. No, we're not. Friends don't do this to each other.
Paloma, we never meant to hurt you.
No, you didn't mean to get caught. We're finished. We're done.
Wow. You are a one-slut wrecking crew. First you break up Luis and me, and now Noah and Paloma?
I told you, I have no idea how Noah and I ended up here. And as for breaking up you and Luis, you wouldn't leave Chris, remember?
Oh, whatever. The point is, if you hadn't ended things with Luis, this tawdry little sexcapade would have.
Oh my God. You killed him. What did Aunt Maria say?
Wait, first things first, okay? What's the latest on Jane and Jonathan?
They took him into surgery. Hope I'm doing the right thing, letting Jane be Jonathan's donor. If something happens to her, little Ethan could have been a better match.
I know. Jane and Jonathan are not the only ones whose lives are on the line here.
What do you mean?
The call with Tia Maria. Evidently, someone who knows about my secret has been asking about my whereabouts.
So, Gwen and Rebecca, did they make good on their threat? Did they expose your secret?
I would say yes, except if my enemy knew where I was, they wouldn't be asking all these questions.
Okay, so what do we do?
Nothing. There's nothing we can do, Mia. We just have to hope and pray that they don't find out where I am. Because otherwise this entire family will die.
Oh, he's not dead. Just in his head when it fell.
That's it.
You pretend it's your fancy.
So, Gwen lied to us then, right? She or Rebecca contacted someone in Mexico who knows about your secret.
The timing of Tia Maria being questioned about my whereabouts is just too much of a coincidence.
I can't believe this. How dare she do this? I mean, Mom, I've just let my daughter donate part of her liver to her son. You know what? It's not too late. I can call off the transplant.
Teresita, don't do anything, okay? Let me call Mexico. Let me find out what's really going on, okay? Before you confront her. You just stay strong, okay? Be right back.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Is everything okay with the operation?
I'm sorry, I don't have time to speak to you right now.
Excuse me, wait, is there a problem? What's going on?
Wait, is Jonathan okay?
It's Jane. She's in dire straits. Excuse me.
I'll dim the lights. You stay with Luis. Thank God it's dark. Even you will pass for your sister.
To take advantage of Luis. To make him think that he's making love to Fancy and not me.
Don't forget what your sister did to you. You deserve happiness. Enjoy.
Okay. I get that you want to hurt me, but don't use me to hurt Noah and Paloma. She's Luis's little sister, and Luis gave them permission to be together when he thought he was going to be executed, remember?
Yeah, how could I forget? You and Luis would be married right now if Pretty hadn't stopped you.
Well, then tell Paloma I wasn't out to seduce Noah.
And why should I help you? You told Luis that you were over him, that you were finished. Maybe you want Noah back.
No, I don't.
Well, you can't have Luis back either.
Right, it'll be okay.
Dr. Walker, what's going on with Jane?
The nurse came by. She said she's in dire straits. What does that mean?
Was there a problem removing part of her liver for Jonathan?
What's going on?
Everyone, calm down. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. There was a problem with the operation.
With Jane?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Jonathan?
Well, he's fine for the moment.
What about Jane? What happened to her?
Are you happy now?
Yes. I am happy that my handiwork will help Endora and Miguel come back to us. And you should be happy too, Kay.
How can I be? My brother's hurting. And Paloma, she thinks one of her best friends betrayed her.
Lodge your complaints with 1-800-BOO-HOO. Just remember, without doing evil, we are not going to get our loved ones back.
Yeah, well, doing evil is bad enough, Tabitha, but to do it on my own family?
Beggars can't be choosers, Kay. If you want Miguel back as much as I want Endora back, then this is how it has to be. And as far as Noah and Paloma go, they are over and out.
Stay away from me, Noah. We're finished.
No, Paloma, wait, Paloma, wait.
Well, Fancy, you should toast yourself to the fine mess you've made of things. In fact, if Luis had only known what you were capable of from the start, he never would have gotten involved with you.
Came back to me.
I know this may not be right, but I finally know what it's like to be wanted by a man. Not just any man, but a brave, handsome, sexy man like Luis. Thank you, Luis. Make love to me. Make me feel pretty at long last.
That's it, Luis. Go to it. That's it. That's it. Keep your eyes closed. So you think it's Fancy? That's it. That's it. Make Pretty pregnant. And then Fancy and Sheridan will be finished with you forever.
Tell me what's wrong with Jane.
What is wrong with our little girl?
Both of you need to calm down.
It's that bad?
Wait, Doctor, what is it?
Well, something happened to Jane during the surgery.
She's dead. Isn't she? Jane is dead, isn't she? My baby.